Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson from Two Guys Outdoors, and I got a pretty cool little package in the mail the other day. My little, USPS box here. But a Trek Light Hammock. I went ahead and got the double and ordered the hammock in camouflage, the hanging kit, and a really cool little thing. If I can get it here. And you're probably wondering what on earth that is. But Trek Light's got a free shipping deal going, and so to get over the $100 mark for free shipping, I was like, man, this could be really useful. And all it is a tote bag that does the standard Trek Light thing, folds up into its own pouch. So I snagged one of these. I've been wanting to try a hammock for quite a while, and haven't just gotten around to it yet, so I figured, hey, might as well go with the Trek Light. It comes highly recommended from Dave Canterbury and David Wendell from Bushcraft on Fire. So, I trust their word and their opinion, so I'm going to give it a try and see what I think myself. I got another couple of cool things in the box here. One, they sent me a real nice sticker. So, there's the yellow one. I'll probably stick that on my car. A green one. A little card that says, life is better in a hammock, time to get off the ground. Now, one of the little things that I thought was really kind of nifty, and I'll cover up my address here. This is my invoice. And if you'll notice, up there in the corner it says, "Enjoy, Lee." And that's not typed on there, that's a handwritten note from the people over at Trek Light. And when people actually take the time to write you a note on your invoice, or to acknowledge that you're not just, some order number, that's really cool. And so far the product looks excellent. I really like this stuff sack. I mean, it doesn't weigh anything. I usually just stick it in my pocket and carry it with me, because, well, you never know when you're going to need it, tote stuff around, and I think that's what they're for. These are called the Eco Bags. They're really cool because they're using the excess material from their hammocks. So, they're not wasting material. They're doing a really nice job with that. Seem to be pretty tough. My buddy Josh is over here today. Y'all remember Josh Carter. And we're going to run out to the place. I'm going to go grab something to drink and then zip out there and go hang up this hammock. I've had it for about, 3-4 days. Haven't been able to get out and test it out. So we're going to pack up, grab the camera, and head out. And we'll see you guys out there. Alright guys, so we're out here at the place, and I've got my Trek Light Double Hammock and my Trek Light hanging kit. Now, the hanging kit is pretty nifty. It comes with 2 carabiners, not for climbing. Actually states it on there that it's not for climbing. But the Trek Light carabiners are 1,100 pound rated, so I'm not going to worry about them holding my 200 pounds. And so you get 2 of those. A nice light stuff sack, which is the same material as the hammock, and a couple of ropes. Now these ropes, you can make them yourself, but I wanted to support the guys at Trek Light, so I bought the hanging kit. But basically what it is, it's a loop with knots tied in it at various points, and we're going to loop these around the trees, and I'll show you guys how we do that. And this is the first time I've set up the hammock. I actually haven't had a hammock since, gosh, I went camping with my parents, and I was just a youngin' at that point. And this is the first hammock like this I've ever had. We always had the old mesh hammock, so we'd hang up in the Amos Mountains when I was little. So we're gonna get to figuring out how to set this up, and kind of you'll stay with us on that. We're gonna set up between a couple of trees here. Now this is not an ideal camping spot. I'd like to point that out right now. We are in kind of a water runoff, but it's a really nice day today, and the trees are good, and this offers us some nice shade. We don't have any widowmakers hanging above us. So for testing purposes, it doesn't get much better than this spot. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, so these are the actual hanging ropes. And like I said, this is a first time experiment for me, but I've done a lot of research on the hammock camping and hanging up the hammocks. So what we're going to do is we have this big loop right here, and we're going to hang it about chest high around the tree, so that way we can get our hammock level. And these are real simple. They just go around and through and pull tight. And that's pretty much all we have there. I've got the carabiners hooked to my belt loop here. I'm just going to hang one of the beaners up here, and then if Josh will pan the camera around, follow me here. On the other side here, I've got this one hung up about chest high again. And we'll hang our other carabiner on here just like that. Now, here's the next stage. We've got our hammock, and it has a draw cord right here. You know, open this thing up, and the Trek Light hammocks are really nice because they actually stuff into themselves, which is really nifty. Try not to let the hammock hit the ground, and everything right here, it's all really well stitched material. There's 3 lines of stitching here at the hanging point. Got another piece of cord. These originally came with S hooks on there, but I've taken the S hooks off because I am going to use their hanging kit right here. So we're going to snap one in here, and we're going to go walk it over here and start figuring out our distance. So it looks like I'm going to have to adjust a little bit, probably on both of these. I'll probably go ahead and unhook that one and move it down a notch. Josh is kind enough to be helping me out today. A few little flying critters floating around today. Alright, that's pretty good. And there's the hammock. Don't know if I'm in the frame there. Alright, we got Josh running back on the camera here. So there's the hammock. You can see, nice, big, wide, lots of room. Looks like it'll hold my weight. So now here's the first test. From what I can tell, you kind of pull this over your shoulder, and then you just kind of sit back and rock yourself down. And then just kick over, and there you go. Actually, that is really comfortable. And as you guys can see here, I mean, I've got, wow, tons and tons of room in this thing. I mean, that's the double wide, so I can scooch myself up a little bit. Stretch out and just hang. So that's pretty cool. Pleasantly surprised with my hanging ability here right now. So yeah, that's pretty nifty. I think I have it kind of inside out here. My bag isn't holding right, so to get out we're just going to flip around. Another nice thing about these hammocks, and one reason I was so interested in it, is it makes a really comfortable camp chair. So if you're just out and about and hiking, camping, whatever you are doing, and you have a couple of trees, just hang up your chair, hang up your hammock, and hang out for a little bit. So I'm fairly impressed so far. I'm going to hang out in this here for a few and give it another test, kind of see what I think. It's made out of a really lightweight parachute nylon, and I mean, it's holding my 210 pounds comfortably. It doesn't seem like it's straining or anything, so that's pretty much the first look here at the Trek Light Double Hammock in the camouflage pattern and the hanging kit. So I'm going to continue to test it out. I'm going to try camping in it, and yeah, well, thank you all for joining us. Alright, a few more thoughts and comments really before we truly end this video. Of course, there's the hammock hung up. One really nice thing about this hammock is the double hammock only weighs 20 ounces. And 20 ounces in something that folds into itself and you can strap to the top of your pack. I actually carried mine down strapped to the top of my Sitka. You know, I mean, you can't beat that for pack weight. The hanging kit weighs probably 5-6 ounces. It really doesn't weigh much of anything. It's negligible. But there's no reason not to pack your hammock with you. So Josh and I have been doing some testing here. We actually both sat in this thing, and it's rated for 400 pounds. I'm about 210, Josh is about 180, so we were kind of approaching the max weight. But as you can see, it's still hanging. We didn't collapse it and crash it, so sitting back and using it as a chair is an awesome way to utilize this hammock. Okay, now the video is actually really over this time. Thanks, guys.